Hi, this is Albert. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do an open box of the DJI Avata or Avata. I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce it, but it's a pretty cool looking drone. So just to keep this video short, I'm going to focus on just mainly opening it. I might give you some information along the way, but let's just start by opening the box. I went ahead and took the plastic wrapping off of this. I did buy by the way, the Pro View combo with the goggles too. That is the new goggles that are a lot lighter, smaller than the one that comes with the first FPV drone that DJI came out with. That is the goggles version 2. And again, this is the combo with the new goggles 2 is what they call it. Again, smaller goggles and lighter. So let's go ahead and open the box and go through this, and we'll cover a little bit about the products that come in this. Right off the bat, notice that there is a little blue sticker here, and essentially it's got a barcode so you can or QR code so you can pretty much scan it and get a tutorial video on how to link this drone. So we might cover that at a different time. When you get this box and you take the shrink wrap off of this thing, you're going to notice there's two boxes in there. So what we've got essentially is one box is the actual FPV drone, and the other one is the goggles 2 with the motion controller. I'm not a very big fan of the motion controller. I haven't tried it, but I've seen some videos on it. I'm more traditional. I kind of like the 2-stick controller, and I have ordered it, but I am waiting on that one to come in. And also got some other accessories. I plan to do a video on the accessories for this guy. Once I get all of my accessories in, I'll go ahead and do some videos so you guys can look at that. Anyways, let's start with the goggles 2 box first. So we'll kind of go over that. Now on this box here, they both do come already with some shrink wrap as well. So you'll have to work your way through that. So let me cut through there and let's see what's in this box. Again, this is the goggles 2. A little bit more plastic. And as far as opening this box, well, I'm not exactly sure how you open this box. Aha! I always forget. So like most of DJI stuff, they have the little green tab here that you can peel off. I don't know if that came out well focused, but pretty obvious to say open here, and of course I didn't pay attention to that. So there, that's how you open this. It's kind of easier that way. Okay, so in the box, you have the actual goggles 2, and if I can figure out how to open this, I do like that, well, that's a little bit on the tough side. I do like that they come sealed. That is a little bit tough. So the goggles 2 looks pretty nice. It does come with the antennas already mounted. It's kind of nice compared to the FPV goggles version 2. This is way less bulky. And I do like the design. It's got a nice, really cool design. Quality is really nice. I see the upper vents here for the goggles, as well as some adjustments here for your positioning of the lenses, I guess, for the screen. Now, in here, you're going to find that there's a cover for your 2 lenses here, and this is going to be handy because if you're outside, one of the things you want to keep in mind that I've kind of heard about is that if you have this in bright sunlight, and if you leave them like this with the bright sunlight hitting the lenses here, it will damage it. So it's a good thing to keep the protector here for the lenses, and making sure that that protects that. This is also good as a dust cover, and it helps avoid getting your lenses scratched accidentally. But this is really cool. I like the design. Definitely really nice. It's got a nice soft rubber-like material, kind of like a foam rubber coated foam. Looks very comfortable. Try it out on my face. Yeah, that's pretty good. Kind of like that. So here's the first piece, and let's check out what else is in here. I've got a box of goodies as well in here. I think I'll just take it out and move my box. Kind of cover that details in here. So in here, I got a few more things that we can look at. So I'm going to take these out and kind of get into the details of each. So a lot of box material. So first things first, this is the strap for the back of the head. So you got the goggle strap here, adjustable. Does have Velcro here on this side of it that'll stick. This is kind of a stretchy material, so definitely you have the ability to adjust this depending on the size of your head. And it does have the Velcro here that actually will Velcro into this part of it here. Pretty good. Nice quality. Definitely a really good quality. You got the DJI logo here. Definitely overall this looks like pretty good material. Definitely a very nice material. In here I see that there is, I forgot the name of this cable, but this cable is very important for connecting to your phone to use the DJI Fly app. And I'm trying to remember where you plug it in. So if you look at your goggles here, turn it around, on the bottom here there is a USB-C connection. This end here needs to plug in to this part of it here. At this point, if you notice, now that you got it plugged in, it's actually on the right side bottom. That is what's going to allow you to connect to your phone. You can use your USB to iPhone cable and use your DJI Fly app or the other cable, USB-C, for an Android phone as well. So that's kind of a cool cable to have that there as for your goggles. In addition to that, you have a battery here. So this battery here is for your goggles. It's a pretty good large size battery. I was kind of surprised. It kind of reminded me of a camera battery, but it's definitely a little bit bigger. It does have LEDs there to indicate power. Of course, the charging level right now is low on this because obviously this is typically how they're shipped, with lower power. It does have the cable for the goggles to that battery, and it's got a good length so you can have the battery in your pocket and connect it right to that. There are some accessories out there with a shorter cable that you can use to plug this and actually have the battery on the actual headband here as opposed to having it in your pocket. So on the goggles itself, same place where you've got the USB-C connection here for that to connect to the phone. You also have this here for the power. So this is where you put in the power for the goggles, and this would be the battery. By the way, I highly recommend you get a second battery. I think these on average can last, I'm trying to remember how much time. It's not a lot of time on this. You can easily run out of power, and rather than having to wait for charging your battery for the goggles, it's better to carry an extra one. But in any case, it's pretty good. Kind of like that. They did do a nice thing here in that you've got a clip here that will, if you look closely here, it's got a little clip that locks it to your battery so that you don't accidentally get it disconnected while you're using the goggles. I don't think that'd be a great thing to have happen to you, but that's kind of a handy thing. And one more thing here. I believe these are lenses should you want to get prescription lenses. These are lenses that you can take to your eye doctor and actually have a prescription made for your eyes. So these are kind of for that. From what I recall, I believe that's what this is for. So that's kind of nice to have there as well. And in addition to that, in this box, you've got the actual motion controller. And it's pretty good. I think this is something I believe that DJI has been wanting to introduce to new FPV drone flyers. Like I said, I'm not quite used to this. I'll probably try it just to try it, but I think I prefer to use the two-stick controller. So like I said, I've ordered the FPV controller 2 for this guy. It's still on back order, but as soon as I get it, I'm going to go ahead and try it. I guess in the beginning, I'll probably fly it with this one and activate it with this motion controller first, and then wait to get the other one. Here's the accelerator button here. You do have a tilt button here as well, lock button, record button here on the side, and you have a brake button here to brake the drone, and the power for the motion controller is on this side, and it does have a little, I guess, bevel around it that probably keeps you from accidentally powering it off. So pretty good. You have the wrist strap as well, because that, you know, being that this is a hand motion controller, that's probably a good idea in case you drop it, or possibly you just need to have it, you know, let go of it for any reason. The other thing here, this is a charging USB-C connection here to charge this guy. Now, one thing that's not here is that I see is a charger. So that's another thing to keep in mind. You will have to buy a charger. I went ahead and ordered one. I ordered a 65 watt. The one that we use for the Mavic 3 is the one I purchased, and the reason I got it is because it's got 2 connections, so I can charge multiple devices at one time. So that's kind of a good thing. In this little box, you do have some manuals that kind of go over the details of the goggles themselves, talks about the lenses, and about the motion controller as well. So kind of reading material. I'll probably look at videos first, but definitely you've got some reading material there as well to look over. So that's what's in this box. Again, you've got the controller here, the motion controller. You got a battery for your goggles, as well as the cable for the battery, and the adapter so that you can connect to your iPhone or other phone, and of course for prescription lenses, and the head strap here in the back. Oh, another thing to look at here overall, the way you control the menuing system on the goggles is through this touch area. It's a kind of like a, oh my, this sticker is pretty tough sticker here to take that off, but if you see here, it does leave a little residue as well, unfortunately. Kind of clean that off, but it does have that there on the side. It's on the right side. This allows you to control the your menu inside the goggles. You'll have the screen. I don't have a preview of that yet. I'll cover that later on, but you do have a little dimple, I noticed, in the middle here. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a dimple or little dot that I guess lets you feel for where the middle of that is. Again, you got a USB-C here. You've got your power connection there. There is a connection here for your headphones as well, which is there. And you also have a micro SD slot on this side. I'm sorry, here's the earphone jack and the micro SD slot. Another thing to note on this here too, if you notice, I don't know if it's visible on the screen, but you've got the different settings here that you can adjust your lenses to. So you can actually adjust to your, I guess your vision. So they're individual adjustments. And like I said, these buttons here also allow you to move the lens part of it so that they align with your eyes. I think that's kind of cool because they work well for anybody. Oh, here's also a sensor here so that when you put it on, it'll light it up. When you take it off, you're not using up power. So that's kind of nice to have that sensor. You also have a button here in the middle. If I don't know if you can see it, but there's the sensor and there's a button. That button there is to sync up this with your drone. So that's the sync button that you have available there for that. Anyways, so there's the products here for the first box. Let's jump into the next box here, which is the real thing, the main thing that I'm kind of looking forward to looking at. So let's go ahead and open this real quick. So this is the actual FPV drone, more plastic. Again, before I forget, you got the peel away tape there or sticker that lets you open the box. And in the box is the main item. So let's take that out. There's some additional accessories here that we'll kind of go over and cover. And okay, so first things first, what is in this one? Let's cover here. This is the charging hub, I believe. Yes. So this is the charging hub for the battery. We also have some spare 5-blade propellers, I believe what these are. Yep, these are 5-blade propellers. I'm gonna go ahead and open them for the purpose of this video. Got little stickers here all over. In addition to that, you also get a L wrench for the propellers, as well as some screws, that extra spare screws for that. And I believe they have that Loctite as well to make sure that the propellers don't come off. In addition to that, we have the USB-C to USB-C cables, pretty much what comes with them. That's for your charging hub, which is just a single charging hub. I did order I believe what I ordered is the Fly More kit, which has 2 batteries, and it also has a charging hub for a total of 4 of the batteries. So in any case, you've got this, you can charge it. Again, there's no power adapter, so you'll have to buy the power adapter. Like I said, there's the Mavic 3 one, which is what I purchased to use with this. Although I have the Mavic 3 one, I just wanted to get an extra one. You also can get, I believe, the one for the DJI Mini 3 is another charger that you could use with this to charge it. So you've got that one as well. Okay, let's go ahead and open the actual main thing. And where is this? They have got some really, this bag's a little bit easier to open. That's kind of good. And here we have it. Wow, this thing is fantastic. It is really, really, really good. Very impressive. Very, very impressive. I think I'm excited to start using this. Here's some sensors, the downward sensors. I believe this is what it uses to, if you're like indoors and stuff like that, it's a way it knows how to keep itself stable, because indoors you don't have the GPS to keep your drone in place and stable. I believe these help. These are also good are used for the landing part of it. You got the 4 propellers here. This material here is pretty sturdy plastic material, so that looks pretty good. Here's your battery on this guy as well. You've got the connector in the bottom here that you've got, so that's kind of cool. Battery doesn't come out. I've heard that there's been instances when if it does crash or for any reason, you're likely to see the battery pop. I did buy, I've got an accessory product that I'll cover in another video that's supposed to help keep this battery in here and keep it from popping out. But it definitely, it feels like it's pretty well in there. I don't think, if it does pop off, I must have a fault there of some kind. Oop, more plastic here. I can't get the battery. So I don't know if it does pop off. It must take quite a bit to get this battery to pop out. So it looks like it's pretty sturdy. So it does have the power button here for the battery. Here's your connector. You do need to make sure that it is all the way in, and make sure you got that when you're going to go ahead and fly this drone. You don't want to accidentally have it pop out, so just make sure it's pushed in all the way. Now, one thing that's kind of weird, and I guess the real estate's not there for you to place stuff, but if you're looking for the micro SD slot, it is actually in here at the bottom in the round area here. It's kind of really hard to get. It's kind of a tough spot to get to that. It's got both the USB-C connector and also the micro SD slot for the micro SD card. And man, this is a tough spot to have it in, but I guess because there's not much real estate, that's about the best spot. You know, one thing you got to make sure that it is all the way in if you're going to power this up, because it is definitely a tight spot there. But it's really cool. I'm really impressed by it. Here's the cover for the camera. Again, this is a 4K 60 frames per second camera. I believe it also does a 1080p, lets you do definitely a bit more, 30, 60, and I believe the 120. I'm not sure. I'll put it on the screen if I can get the details on that. But pretty nice. So this is what's in the box. Again, you're getting the actual FPV drone with one battery. You got a USB-C. You've got the gimbal cover. You've got a spare propellers as well as the wrench to do remove it or put it in. You've got the charging hub for one battery. In addition to that, on the combo, you're getting the goggles too with the neck strap here. You've got the motion controller as well as the power cable for the goggles and a battery for the goggles. One battery for the goggle, one battery for the FPV drone, and of course you've got the cover. Of course I haven't taken all the other stuff off, but definitely you've got the protective cover here for your lenses here inside the goggles too. So this is, oh, and of course you also have that one USB-C to USB USB end over here for the connection to the phone. So this is all the stuff in the combo. If you don't have the goggles version 2, I would probably say buy the combo with the goggles 2. Better screen overall. I've heard the resolution's really good. I'll have to try that out. I've also heard, again, it being a much lighter goggle. Also the fact that it is a much smaller one. This is like really, really nice compared to the other one, the goggles version 2. But if you already have the goggles version 2, you can use that with the drone, so that you don't need to deal with that. If you do have the FPV controller 2, that will work with this guy, so you don't have to buy that. In my case, since I don't have that, I'm buying mine for this FPV drone, so that's what I'll be using. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click on the like, that helps me out on the stats, and I appreciate you guys watching this video. And like I said, I've got more to come. I've got more accessories coming in, and when I do get them, I'll go ahead and do some more videos for you guys. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you benefit from that, and have a good day.